everyone. I've been pretty conscious that all my videos have been confined to the space that is my kitchen. So I thought, let's get out and do something cool. And where else to do the next video on top of this big, beautiful hill. It's pretty epic. And you can actually see quite a lot of stuff. I know this because I actually went on a big run. I woke up for some reason at 5:30 the other day and thought, I want to go for a big run. So I started off in the dark, and you can just about make out where I live down there, right up against the coast. Beyond that, actually, while I'm there, is Turkey. You can just see beyond the sea there. I'm not sure if this lens will be up to it, but you can see Turkey. But I live just down here. I started off in the dark and ran up here, up this big hill here, and then I kept going right the way up to that hill there, and unfortunately I wanted to go up the big bluff up there, but I couldn't manage it because the vegetation was just too thick. So I had to come back down to here and then run back up that big hill, and then from there I did a big loop back that ended up being about 4.5 hours, but it was stunning. You can see here out the back, you can see all these olive trees. There's about 11 million olive trees on Lesbos. So the whole place is just covered with them, and it's absolutely stunning. They've made all these rocky walls to make the ground flat for the olive trees to stand on, and it just makes for an absolutely beautiful area to run. So that was really cool. And you can actually also see Moria, the refugee camp. I'm not sure if you can make it out, but there's a group of little white buildings there, and that's the camp. So it's all pretty close to everything while I'm here. So yeah, thought that this would be a bit of a different place to do my videos there. Quite a bit has happened this week. We've been distributing men's clothes a lot of this week, which has been really, really rewarding. I've been the guy again who goes and collects all the clothes, brings them back here to the camp, and then a load of people in one big container. We line all the jackets up on one side of the container, and people can come in and they get about half an hour to choose which jackets they want, and then head out. So that's been really awesome. The guys just really enjoy picking up their jackets, and it's really nice to be a part of that. One slightly sadder story though was that a few days ago we had a break-in to that container, and apparently I wasn't there, but my flatmate happened to be the person who found it, and there were men, women, children just running away with armfuls of coats, boxfuls of jackets, and escaping with it all. I have my slightly, as B put it, naive idea of what went on. I think we were giving out men's jackets, and we came in the morning, and the whole place was stocked full of women's jackets. And I was like, that's a bit odd. Now, my idea is that the men went in, got all the men's jackets out, and then hung up a load of women's jackets, because the day happened to be Valentine's Day. So, I think in my possibly naive, optimistic ideas, the men went in and took everything out, but lined it up just so that they could take their misses in and enjoy watching them take some women's coats as well. But that might be a bit far-fetched, I think. Other jobs I've done are driving into Mytilene, which is the town way over there, and it's probably the biggest town around here. And actually had one of the most horrible jobs I've ever done. Just collecting some heaters, following Google SatNav was the worst idea ever. It sent me down the tiniest little lanes in my big van. I had to do 3-point turns just to get around corners. I had to physically get out and move stuff that was laid out on the streets. I even went down one street and got shouted at by some guys in a wheelchair because I wasn't even supposed to be driving on this street. So that was pretty traumatic. Not the greatest one, but I think that actually that very day it got a lot better. And I was on my way back from the warehouse delivering stuff to camp and got stopped by a policeman coming into the gates. I may have been a little, I would say cheeky, but he was shouting at me to come through the gates, and I was like, look, you've taken like 2 minutes to open this gate for me. I'm just going to go at my own pace. Anyway, he may have not liked this cheek. He asked me to stop and get out of the car and asked me to show him exactly what was in the van, because he was obviously a bit suspicious of me. I could not have enjoyed that more. I opened the door, went straight into the box, which I knew what was in there, and got out all these female pads, women's pads, and his face, look, oh, it was so funny. He was not enjoying it at all. He was very embarrassed. And I also had a load of baby nappies, so he didn't enjoy that much either. But it was so funny. Yeah, a lot of fun on that one. And I think that's really it for now. I think my next video, hopefully, I'm gonna, now that I know everything about, well, not everything, I know a lot more about the process of getting people to camp and housing them. I'm hoping to do in the next few videos something to do with just explaining the whole process really, and what goes on. So hopefully you'll enjoy that one. But yeah, enjoy the sight for now. It is absolutely unreal. Definitely worth coming up here. So, I'm going to sit here and relax. See you in a bit. Bye.